He gave up his year, and he gave me most of his kit. Well, I bought some kit off him. I still got the softy he gave me, the softy jacket. Well, so there's some other kit I got off him as well. I got a load of t-shirts off him as well, green jacket t-shirts. And I wore them for years, all the way through my time in the regiment, right? I wore them. He was a really good lad though. He was, you know, a lot of the guys were a bit standoffish. They were very elitist. But yeah, Tony was pretty much straight down the line, you know. He didn't work off ego too much. He was all right lad. He was out of a lot of them. You know what I mean? He was a good bloke. Tony Gilly, yeah. I got a picture of those two actually. Those two sat. We were doing pairs fire manoeuvre in Doldo in Africa, Kenya. And I got a picture of Tony Gilly, and he'd already signed off, I think, and he was waiting to get out, but he sat there waiting for his turn to go through the lane, and he just sat there quietly, and behind him is D Diamond. D Diamond sat in his own as well. I don't know whether they're paired up, but there was two, I don't know. But D Diamond sat there sort of facing this way, Tony Gilly's facing that way. Tony's got the cam cream on, and he just looks like, you know, a professional soldier. You know? He looks like a handy bit of kit, and he was bloody good at his job. There were some good guys in that regiment, you know, but there were some real fucking wankers as well, which is a shame. And I'm sure they probably thought the same of me as well, you know. I think the majority. You know, the day I left, I was in Belfast, right, in Palace Barracks, Belfast. And I had my leaving do. I've got pictures of that as well, I'll show you that. I had my team on there and all that sort of thing. Lads I used to do my time with and that. Some good solid guys. I was A Company at that time. I've gone back to A Company. I was supposed to go, I was recce was I Company. I think I was supposed to go to B Company. And I turned up there after being kicked out of recce for selection. I turned up this company and I met the platoon sergeant. He was a fucking robot. He was a complete knob jockey, you know what I mean? Proper stroker. I just didn't get the vibe of this company, you know. Me and this company didn't get on, and I knew that. So I got shown around the lines by this sergeant who took an immediate dislike to me. And I said, fuck this, we're going to soldiers. So I pissed off. I said, yeah, cheers for that, you know what I mean? And I had a bit of time for myself. Right, move yourself in, whatever, get yourself fucking sorted. So I walked straight over to the A Company office, and it was an old sergeant major that I knew. And this guy was fucking great. He knew me when I first joined the regiment, you know what I mean? And, he was a great guy. He was fucking proper old school. And I knocked on his door. I didn't go through all the, I just fucking knocked on his door. Yeah, who is it? Yeah, it's Jigger. Any chance I have a word, sir? Yeah, alright. Well, what's going on, mate? I said, well look, this has gone on, this has gone on. I've already done the selection at Hereford, and that have all gone fucking tits out and this, that and the other. I said, well look, I'm supposed to be going, I think it was B Company. I'm supposed to be going to B Company, and I'm not being funny, sir. I ain't going to get on with these boys. They're a bunch of fucking novices as far as I'm concerned, and the platoon sergeant is a fucking stroker. Is there any chance I can come back to A Company? Is there any fucking chance at all? He says, well, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'll have you back, you know, in a heartbeat, not a problem, you know what I mean? Go and sort it, you know what I mean? And then let me know what the score is. And I did, I went and sorted it, and instead of going back to, you know, or joining this B Company, I ended up going back to A Company, and I met up with the new lads and this, that and the other, and I got on all right. We did Canada after that. There was Suggs there, and I met up with Rob Buckner and Jonesy. These are all good guys. These are all solid boys. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really appreciated what that Sergeant Major did. The problem was I knew that after we'd done Canada, yeah, the old Sergeant Major from my company, Recce, when I was with Recce, he was coming across and he didn't like me. You know what I mean? He fucking didn't like me at all. And I knew he was taking over after Canada. So we did this Canada stint, like 6 weeks out of Canada. We went fucking famously. It was a bloody good fucking effort. Anyway, I knew we had to leave after that, and I knew going back to the battalion after that, I was like, fuck, this new Sergeant Major takes over, I'm going to have a really shit time. You know what I mean? And I'm fucking dreading it, so I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking go back. And for me, you know, driving back to Salisbury was getting harder and harder and harder, you know. And this time it was just fucking really hard. Anyway, I turned up there, tipped up there, and anyway, a few days passed and I get called into the office, you know, Sergeant Major's office. It's a new fucking Sergeant Major, so I'm thinking, well look, am I going to have blows with him in this office, you know? Is it all going to go tits up? So I'm prepping up for the worst, yeah, and I'm sort of getting my fighting head on, you know? Anyway, bowl into the office, yes sir, you know what I mean, blah. Close the door, yes sir, close the door. Right, Jigger, I watched you over in Canada. Yeah, okay, yeah, well, what did I do? How did I fuck up this time, you know what I mean? No, hang on a second. I watched you in Canada and I was, I've got you completely wrong, haven't I? I said, you what, sir? He says, yeah. He says, I watched what you did in Canada, I watched how you operated. And, you know, I mean, I take my hat off to you, and what I'm doing, okay, and I don't do this often, so be aware. But he said, I apologise. I was like, what? So you've got this fucking Sergeant Major, he's Captain Steele, I think his name was. I'm not sure, He was fucking, I couldn't believe it anyway. So I said, well, that's a fair one. And I gave him his dues. I said, well, fucking, that's great. He says, look, because we had Northern Ireland coming up, you know. So he knew that I had 6 months in Northern Ireland before I actually got out. So I'd already signed off after the fiasco of fucking selection and all that stuff. And he wanted me on his side for Northern Ireland, and I did. We had an OC that came in, and the OC that was in charge of A Company at that time. So we had a new OC that came in, and obviously a new Sergeant Major. The new OC had lost a guy in Kenya when he was out in Kenya and got killed. He got drowned. He got fucking washed away in a big fucking cover-up, military cover-up. Anyway, so anyway, he wanted me on his team, and he was like that, yeah, fucking let's do it. Let's fucking get it done. We're going to Ireland, so we did all the prep up, and we're prepping up for Northern Ireland. We spent fucking months training, and he fucking backed me. And I was like, fucking hell, what's going on here? I've had years and years and years of shit, and then suddenly I've got these fucking boys backing me. So, well, that really took.
Is that your old company?
A Company, yeah, A Company. When I first joined RGJ, right, I left Depot and I joined this RGJ there in Kiwi Barracks in fucking old shop in Bolton. And the regiment had just got fucked over because what had happened was they'd just come back from Cyprus, and in Cyprus 3 of the lads had taken it on their own to rape and decapitate a young girl, cut her head off with a shovel, and then bury her body really badly. And they got fucked over for it. You know what I mean? A couple of them went to jail. It was all in the newspapers and everything.
Maybe in prison.
Yeah, right. Well, what happened was I joined the regiment just as they came back from Cyprus. So there's me, old fucking Jigger, you know what I mean? About to start his army career off in one of the most hated regiments in the British Army, because they just fucking screwed up badly. And what should have been a spearhead battalion and used on practically every operation going, we got nothing. They always turned it over to the Power Regiment or fucking Royal Marines. And it's a fair one to a point, but the point being is we missed out on like Rwanda, and we got a really shit tour as well. When I first joined, we went straight to Bosnia. We did 4 months. We got short toured in Bosnia. I don't know why we got short toured, but we got short toured. We had 4 months when we should have done 6 months. Shit tour. And it didn't get any better, you know what I mean? It sort of started off badly and it just sort of generally got worse and worse and worse. I mean, I did alright for myself. They weren't going to promote me in there or anything like that. I was fucked that one. And they stopped me from doing all the courses I wanted to do. So I couldn't do sniper course, I couldn't do... I mean, even though I did a bit of sniping with the recce there, sort of picked up what I could from other snipers who sort of trained me, but they never let me get badged. They never let me go away and do the course and officially come back with a, you know, sniper badge. And yeah, any course, LERPs, I wanted to go LERPs, and they stopped me from going LERPs, long range reconnaissance patrol. So I fairly soon got pissed off with the regiment, you know what I mean? And when I signed off to get out, I was forwarded for 22 Hereford. DS, you know, by the colonel. And the colonel at the time...
So if you didn't sign it up, you know, you didn't sign the paper, maybe you were still there.
No. What was weird was the colonel himself, he was ex-14 intelligence, you know, I told you about 14 intelligence. He was an ex-SF guy himself, you know what I mean? Or what the 22 regiment class has a Walter Mission. But, you know, he'd done his time in, you know, special services and that. And, you know, me and him got on, you know what I mean? And he knew I didn't fit the regiment. So he suggested I go SF, you know what I mean? And join the regiment, which is 22 Hereford, you know what I mean? And that was also my colour boy, the leader of reconnaissance platoon had already suggested I do that as well. Because that's the very first thing that I did. When I first joined the regiment, even when I was in Bosnia, my first operational, I was heading, and I wanted to put in for 22 Hereford selection, you know? But they fucked me around on that as well, because I was only early in. And the guy that was leading the company at the time was ex-22 Hereford anyway. He was on a year out, and I believe he was Andy McNabb's, what was it, CSM? Sergeant Major, or maybe RSM, when he was over in Iraq, 91. But he was, he was running the my company over in Bosnia. Went in and had a couple of chats with him. He was right in what he said. Like, selection's all about coursemanship, you know, and it is. It's also about your face fitting as well. No matter how good you are, if your face don't fit, then they're going to fuck you off anyway, you know. And of course, when I went down to Hereford, a lot of phone calls have been made and a lot of shit has been said about me and this, that and the other, so I was
they get information from the old
from the people that didn't like me in the battalion. Because remember, I was the most hated man in the whole fucking battalion. You know, quite early on, when I joined that battalion and the RGJ regiment, they hated the fact that I'd done time in Parachute Regiment Depot. So I started off as a para, you know, wannabe paratrooper, and then, you know, they realised, well, you didn't do that course, and you come over to RGJ. So a lot of the boys in RGJ, they were, you know, original. They joined RGJ from the start, and they didn't like that fact. So I got a lot of shit for that. But one thing the Power Reds did do was teach me how to be aggressive. So that didn't hold, I didn't hold back on that. I used that to my advantage, and I had to really, because otherwise those guys would have eaten me up.
I mean, you did the right thing today. Yeah.
In what way?
You signed up to Jigger?
To get out, I mean.
Get out.
Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere. I mean, Hereford and Special Operations wasn't going anywhere for me. The regiment I was in, with RGJ, that had no future whatsoever. I couldn't go 14 in because they were looking for white people, you know what I mean, with Irish accents. I was generally fucked, basically.
What happened was this way, they did the media and then this went over here. They were recruit, and then some of them, when they did it, like guns and heavy,
Yeah.
things and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them fly and they're like, okay to this, people. Really good at to make their own guns.
Yeah, right.
They are more, intelligent than these people. Like when they went to join the troops, but they are like afraid of, So if they are afraid from the beginning, and then like, what if they are there at war?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the thing. See, I always train. From a kid, I always trained for, like I said, the worst case scenario. So I went in with the knowledge I went into the military with. It was pretty much, I trained physically, mentally. I put myself up, for all the worst case elements, and I was ready for it, and I proved that. But that was also a problem, which was I was probably too ready for it. More than too ready for it. I mean, there was veterans. There was guys that had done 3 or 4 tours of Northern Ireland. What was his name? The first room I ever stayed in Portsmouth, I was given access to, was this fucking big, large room. And I remember spending my first night in the regiment lines there, thinking, right, when are they going to come in? When are they going to fucking batter the fucking shit out of me? This, that, and the other. Cy Wicks, his name was. There was this old, veteran. You know what I mean? He was a private, and he lived over in the far corner, left-hand corner, and I was over in the far right-hand corner. There was only 2 of us in this huge, great room, and he had this bed space, and he had 2 lockers, and he had another 2 foot lockers that made up a table and this, that, and the other. And you never really saw this bloke, you know what I mean? You saw him behind a towel. Every now and again you'd hear the scraping of flip-flops, as he went to the bathroom, which wasn't too often. But he'd have a towel wrapped around him, he had a big fat belly. And what he used to do, he'd say, "Oi lad, come over here, mate." Well, not mate, but come over here. He says, "The fucking scran wagon's outside. Go get me a fucking kebab, chilli sauce." And he'd explain what he wanted, and I'd fuck off, and I'd run over to the gate, go out, get this big fucking kebab, you know what I mean, bring it back to him, pass it on to him, and all I'd hear, I'd go back to my bed and I'd fucking sit there waiting to get fucking beaten up by someone, waiting for 6 or 7 lads to come in and fucking take me out, and I'd hear the, because he also had a fridge, and this little fridge, and all I'd hear is this of another beer fucking being open, and he's eating the kebab, and I could actually hear him getting fatter, you know what I mean? I could hear him getting fatter and fatter. But this guy, I knew, he'd fucking done his time in Northern Ireland, you know what I mean? And he was fucking switched on, down the line, fucking good bloke, But of course, he'd been passed on now. And in a short period of time, he actually showed me a bit of respect, you know what I mean? He was like, "Yeah, fair play to you, mate." I mean, because I knew the score, you go in there, you do what you're told, you fucking keep your mouth shut, and respect what respect is due. I ain't got fucking, I didn't have 3 fucking medals, you know what I mean, of Northern Ireland and that. And in those days, I mean, the Green Jackets was known as the falling plates. There were more Green Jackets killed in Northern Ireland than any other regiment, you know. But then again, they've done more tours than anybody else. You know? I mean, of course, the Powers were famous for Bloody Sunday and all that sort of business. But yeah, they had a bit of a rough. I mean, everybody had a rough time in Northern Ireland. It was a fucking rough old deal. It wasn't a nice place to be. So I gave this guy respect where respect was due. And anyway, over a period of time, you know, I ended up, you know, he'd say, well, grab a seat then, mate, you know what I mean? And I'd sit at the end of his bed while he scoffed his kebab, you know what I mean? And then I got my balls up a little bit, you know, and he had his medals there and that. So I remember asking, I was saying, well, what's going on there, mate, you know what I mean? It's fucking Ireland, blah blah blah, fucking backing, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And he could see that I was interested, and I was. I mean, I lived and breathed it. Yeah. That's what I joined up for. I joined up, you know, fucking back these boys up on operationals and get stuck in and know their knowledge, their experience, you know? Yeah, we got
how long is that? I mean, you're staying with this brother?
I don't know, it's probably within the first month of me being in the battalion. See, the thing was, there were some other boys that I'd done training with them, catchers, and they'd passed off the square. I'd gone from Winchester, I joined up with them from Winchester, and remember I'd already done my airborne training, or the para depot, you know what I mean, and I'd gone through the depot, and then I'd seen these boys come in as raw fucking civilians, and gone through RGJ training with them, you know, at Winchester. So I'd seen them have their mould broken and then modified into the soldier that needed to be. And, you know, I thought it was really interesting, you know what I mean? I watched these lads and, you know, I had the experience I had from cadets and then doing the depot at Para. And so I watched these boys and I was really pleased with them, but I got back squaddy. Of course, luck of the Irish there. I got back squadded and I ended up passing out with another platoon. So, yeah. 580 platoon. No, 580. That was Paradise. But anyway, so I joined the battalion afterwards, and these boys had already told them that I was an ex-para depot guy. And so that I was instantly hated, you know what I mean? As soon as I joined the battalion, not only was I a packy, but I was, you know, I'd come from the para depot as well. So you can imagine, I was a hated man.
Yeah, because you had more experience than them.
Yeah, to a point, I suppose. But yeah, it started off badly, my career with the Green Jackets, and I think it ended really badly. I remember telling the colonel at the time who'd taken over, I think his name was Lieutenant Poraj Wyszynski or something like that. He was a ginger nut. He was a ginger bloke, and he was a politician. And I remember having my final interview with him in his office, you know, before I left.
You know, the most years good years in Malaysia is the one with the red belly, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have actually.
There were some of them on this side, some of them on this, and then they joined them.
That's right, yeah. That's what Para-Reg was all about in the UK as well.
Yeah, you know, red. So you saw them, then they have no like what do you call that? Humanity in them.
Yeah.
So after your identification, they don't have, and then you stop too much.
Butt stroke, don't you? Yeah, well, like parachute regiment was born in World War II, you know, for the Brits anyway. And the Red Berets, they were actually, came from the commandos, I think, originally.
A lot of them, like, you know, they don't respect you at all.
Yeah, but remember they've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
Because the majority of those blokes, I can guarantee you, were scared shitless. But they hide their fear through the uniform, through the fact that they've got this red beret on. And I'm not saying all, but I'm saying the majority of them are still as scared shitless.
Yeah.
And through their fear, they can portray this animos figure because they've been given that right. Because they've been moulded into what it is at the corps or regiment or whatever they wanted. They play the game. So all they are is just a puppet on a string.
I think some of them during curfew, you know, then, you know, the bus from Papa, I didn't wake up early around 6, and then I went to KK around 7, and then actually 7, nobody's allowed to like roam around until 8, right? So 7, because since I'm going to KK, I have some appointment with some, you know, ministry of, you know, some kind of, you know. And then after that, they saw me roaming around, and I looked at them, why is it that there's no people like in KK? And I said, like, yeah. Where are you from? Where are you walking? I'm really cheap. I'm a really cheap too, eh? I'm a really cheap too. So, did you not hear about the curfew? No, because I came from village. You don't have radio, you don't have television, you don't have news. So I came here as an appointment with this ministry of, you know, television.
Yeah.
He said, no, I don't believe you because you were a good, you know, you're from the village. Then they don't really like to force me here. Then I tried to talk and then
Butt stroke. What you do then?
yeah.
What did you do?
Since I was, you know, like looking, I mean, not looking at him, but my eyes was like, you know, part of my sight is on him. So when he butt struck me, you know, I simply, the butt went to the wall.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, you know, this is, you know, defense skill, eh? And then he butt me again, but he didn't get me. But it's like caught me, the boots, you know.
Yeah.
Got my knee, and then I sit down there, and then he goes down.
Yeah, right.
And then he asked me, and then I said, okay, you don't believe that I have an appointment, you know? I opened my file, inside my bag. He said, easy.
Yeah,
you know, he's pointing guns at me because I opened
Yeah.
And then I showed him the file, open it, and then this is the number, and this is my appointment with that person.
Right, the camera's going to fucking end here, so.
You know?
You've been butt stroke.
Yeah, that's right.
But the first video on the spy game
Yeah.
continues this
And
conversation.
then it's very simply like.
Anyway, it doesn't
my,
fucking
like,
matter, does it?
You know, like, said, if you go to my village without uniform, I was like, just on my, you know, what I'm thinking of.